Hey boys and girls, welcome to another edition of This Burn Up Cabin. Well, today kids, it's what is it? February 26th. February 26th. And it's been a while since I've been back up here to the cabin. Even though it's... Oh, we got a hole in the wall. And the floor. Oh God, we got holes in the floor and the wall. And most of the wall is gone over there. My new window is one of those, you know, it's an air freshener window. So, yeah. We're up there and we're gonna see what we can do. I hauled most all the gear out of here. The only thing I left up here, there's part of a tarp, my cooler, then there's a couple little knick-knack things and water up underneath here. Just little stuff. So, since I hauled everything else down, I am going to start figuring out what I want to do. I figured out that I am going to build another cabin. But I can't use any of the boards or anything in here because it smells like smoke. And we're not going to use any of the timbers from anything. All this stuff is going to go away. Because it all smells like smoke. It's all burned up. Ain't no good. So, what we're going to do is, in about the next couple of weeks, we are going to start deconstructing this. We are going to tear it down. Where I put in all the spikes, I will cut around that or knock them off. However I'm going to do it. Windows aren't any good. They are shot. They are melted and bowed and they ain't no good. So really there's nothing good on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the rocks up underneath. I'm going to take everything off them rocks. And we're going to start with down there. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to come around here. We are going to make this little path a little bit better by taking all the mud and stuff that was in there. And we're going to take it, put it over here with some rocks and make this path better. And then we're going to, we got to take off all the hinges and stuff from the doors. Everything over there, right? We're going to knock that down. We're going to knock the chimney and stuff down. We're going to knock it all down. And we're going to start fresh. So that means up the hill and stuff and around, I will be getting trees. But trees, some of them not quite that big. I'm not going to do it with huge timbers this time. We're going to do it with timbers that are about 6 inches, right? This one right here would be a good one to take. It's nice and straight, pretty much nice and straight. Not straight enough, but we're going to get some of the straightest logs we can do this with. And we're actually going to make the walls taller. We are going to strip the bark off all the logs. And when we do all this back, we are going to, besides stripping all the bark, we're going to redo the roof the right way. I will have a chainsaw milling apparatus up here. We will be milling boards to the same thickness so it won't be so hard and to the same length. See? See all these spikes and stuff? Now some of these I can reuse, and what I'm going to reuse all the spikes for is my wood pile. I'm not going to put it on the back side. I'm going to actually I'm going to cut out this edge right here, and I'm going to actually put a wood rick in here, and I'll make that out of logs and load it full. And since I have enough downed stuff, we are going to we're going to make a wood rick on this side of the hill right here. I'll have to come down and cut some of it up. That way it'll kind of level all this out in here, in the bottom here, right? And as I'm milling, I'm going to mill a shit ton of boards. And we're going to figure out back here what I need. And we're going to put my little deck out here. That way I can put some chairs out here, a little fire ring back here for the summertime. A lot of this sawdust that's here on the ground, like so, we're going to spread that around. Keeps from getting mud everywhere. All the rocks that I used for that, we're going to knock all that down. We're going to reuse these rocks, but we're going to do it a little different. We're not going to use mud. We're actually going to use concrete. I will be hauling up bags of concrete. Anywhere between 2 and 3 bags at a shot. And when I get them to where everything is under cover, I'll bring up one to make the actual base. It might take 2. So I'll take the base of the fireplace into the actual fireplace. We will concrete that all in when I get the walls going. We are going to change the position of that. And the chimney will be a lot taller. And we're not going to go kind of staggered where it's running all over the place. I'm actually going to put a pole in there. Like one of these here. Because I don't need a great bunch. Or I can actually put a stovepipe in there and hold it up with rocks or bricks on the inside. And then I will rock around it with concrete, right? And make it look all pretty and stuff. And we will do it that way. We're going to redo this. I kind of want it the same as what I had. The bed's going to be not as wide. And some other stuff. And this will be going up on this same channel for YouTube. We're going to start this all over again. We're going to make shorts. We're going to make videos. We're going to make everything for it. I will probably be posting 1 to 2 videos a day. So we will get hopefully some subscribers up there just to see what I'm doing. We will be probably fixing the road trail down here. Throwing in some rock, fixing it all up, making it easier to get up here. Now, if this doesn't work here, I like the place where it's at. I really do, but I'm wishing it was down that trail just a little bit. Like down towards by the creek over there. Down in that bottom section. I may move this over. So what I'd do is I'd take all the rocks. I'm going to get a little hand cart up here and move all the rocks. That little area right in there, down in that little corner, doesn't have as many trees, but I think it's a little bit better area. It won't flood. I've got more room to put stuff. So what I can do is when I destroy this, all these logs and stuff are going to become firewood. So I will have a shit ton of firewood out of all of this. So we are going to just be, if I want, I can move it over into right around here. Somewhere right around in here. Granted, I have more cover there. I may just leave it where it's at. It all depends. Plus, over yonder, over there, it's not quite there, but it's over there, if I can get my four-wheeler and stuff down there, which I should be able to, there is a little draw up. Kind of like this draw right here, except for it's a little narrower. Now, there's a trail that goes up on the side and goes around, and because it has pretty good drop off, there's a little waterfall and stuff there. As you go up this trail and go around, I can dig out the side of that. There's a hill up there I can dig the side out of. Right in front will be almost like a pond, but it's part of that creek. And it's pretty deep. It gets about 4 feet deep, right? And what feeds this is a real pretty waterfall right next to it. And that goes pretty much all summer. There's a natural spring up there. So I may just tear this down and just leave everything up here, or I can just leave it as it is, tear the doors off of it, and just let it rot into the ground. It doesn't bother me. But I'm going to take all the hardware off the doors and, I mean, just leave it where it is, and maybe I'll have to go scout that again, because it's a real nice area. That, or take and walk this trail down, and it goes around over here. Right there is my old, where I used to have a little tent set up camp, and there is a log sawhorse where I can put a log in there and cut it however I want to. I don't think I'm going to be going over there. I could, because right there, it's a nice flat spot. It's pretty wide. The only problem is I would have to cut a trail to get up to it. And it would be pretty nice. It's pretty secluded. There's a road that goes up, and I think that's a little too high. But if I was to cut a trail, like backwards, like a little rock trail, there's a deer trail right there that I could use, and cut it up in there and then just walk over and it's right there. That would be pretty cool. I mean, just across the way. So we're going to see what happens. But the plan is rebuild. And I am going to start pretty much, since it's the end of February, I will start in March gathering up my trees. Now, I will probably, 9 times out of 90%, I'm going to build it right here. But we're going to knock everything down. We're going to cut everything down because I have to redo the floor and everything. So, end of the month, I'm going to get me a milling operation. I've got to get a couple of draw knives to take the bark off the trees. Got the chainsaw, so it's no big deal. Just buy up a couple more chains, maybe another bar. I have an axe. I'm good on all that. I don't want to spike this one. I'm going to pin it with wood. So I will probably need a little bit bigger cordless drill with a couple of batteries. And instead of putting a tent up here to put all my goodies, all my tools and stuff in, I'm going to bring up my truck box. It's a plastic truck box for a full-size truck. I'm going to bring it up here. It's got hasps for a couple of locks. I'll put all my tools in that and lock it up every day. Leave the chainsaw, the gas oil, tools and whatnot up here. But we are going to redo all of this. We're going to knock it all down. We're going to reuse all the rocks. Because I think if the rocks were cleaned up, I've got the brush either in here or down the hill. If I was to brush off all these with water, right, set concrete in them, I think it would look pretty cool. Even down here in the base, I may redo the footings. I don't think I'm going to, though. I haven't figured out whether or not I want to put a log on the inside, like dig down and put a stand-up log on each corner, maybe one right here in the center, and then run all my logs off of that. I don't know what I want to do with that. But if I do that, then I'm going to have to pin every log up to it. So, don't know. Once I get the logs going stacking and stuff, they're not going to move because of the weight on them. So I won't have to pin all of them. I got to pin like the first 2 levels maybe, and then wherever there's going to be a doorway or a window. So make it easy on myself. And I will be probably milling a couple of trusses. And since I have 3 on the inside that worked really well, I will make 2 more for the outside, so I'll have a total of 5. But I like this area. I'm going to have to level out a bunch of this so I don't have, I'll cut this all off, bring this down, right? And then I'll cut a stairway to go to the back. Plus I've got the back already done up. All I have to do is dig out all the dirt that I did, which is not a whole lot, throw it up here. Then when I put the new stuff on the bottom, I can backfill it because it'll be right there. I don't have to dig out. And for my footings, they're already here. All I got to do is straighten some logs up to where I could put my floor in there instead of having it dive down towards the center on both sides. Be nice and straight all the way across. So that's what the plan is, Stan, because I messed that up. It should have been like that one where it was completely up instead of down. I should have put that up and run a string line, made sure it was all level in there. So we're going to be redoing this. So everything in here, including the floor, everything. Firewood. So then I don't have to run around and get a whole bunch of firewood. We will be just doing whatever. Now, today, I have a fire going in the old fireplace. Stepping across where the floor has fallen. We are not going to be worried about leaving a fire going. If it just snowed up here, everything is completely wet. If I leave the fire going, I'm not worried about anything burning down. I don't care. I have plenty of wood in here, plenty of starter bark. That should be an empty water can. I have a couple more water cans around here to put out the fire before I leave. Since it's open, it's smoky in here. That's why I've got the door open. And I will probably kick this door open too. And just leave it open. We're not worried about it. Well, I don't know if I can get that open. Well, anyways. Yeah. So we are going to be redoing everything. We're going to do it a couple of different ways. Yes, I have a little bit of money put into this. Oh, friggin' well. It was fun while it lasted. Kept my little paws busy. So, V is going to do a few different things, make it better. So, in the meantime, we're going to start this mess all over again. Yay! And we're going to make videos of everything. I'm going to get me a computer so I can actually do the videos the correct way. And we will be having a blast doing all of it. I'm pulling down my burnt up lights. Burnt up. So, anyways, just so you know, we're going to rebuild it. We're going to make it better. We're going to make everything better. We're going to get better. So, anyways, in the meantime, y'all be nice to each other. Okay, so, deconstructing one cabin, which is not going to take long. Bring up the chainsaw and just cut her down, but I got to knock all the dirt out of it and stuff before I do that. I'll probably get me a sledgehammer and start knocking the walls down by a sledgehammer. And what I can do is I'll cut it all up for firewood. I'll burn up a couple of chains because they're all coated with dirt. So, be filing chains for a while. But yeah, we're going to get it all cut up and stuff. And all this wood right here that I've got cut up, got split all lit up. And we're going to start a wood rick. I might even put the wood rick out here in the front. And we're going to do it all the right way. So, anyways, we're at the end of February. There's my cabin. What's left of it. Anyways, see ya.